This video will cover over the information that's located on pages words 62 and 63, which is adding bullets and numbering. Formatting a list with bullets or numbering can help you to organize the ideas in a document. A bullet is a character, often a small circle, that appears before items in a list to add emphasis. Formatting a list as a numbered list helps illustrate sequences and priorities. You can quickly format a list with bullets or numbering by using the bullets and numbering buttons in the paragraph group on the Home tab. On step 1, it tells us that we're going to scroll until we see the Everest Base Camp Trek heading at the top of our screen. So we scroll down here, and here is the Everest Base Camp Trek. We want our document to look like this at this moment. Step 2 tells us we're going to select the 3-line list of 3-day add-ons. So notice that here's the 3-day add-ons right here, and we're going to select this list right here. Then we're going to click on our Home tab, and then it tells us that we want to click on the numbering list arrow in the paragraph group. So notice that we have these few buttons up here, and these are some of the last buttons that we haven't used so far. And notice that we have the bullets is over here on the left, and here is the numbering. And it tells us we want to click on the list arrow, which is just directly to the right of that button. When we click on that list arrow, it pops up our numbering library that's on there. And you use this list to choose or change the numbering style applied to the list. Of course, you can also change the style, font, number format, and alignment of the numbers in this list by right-clicking the list and pointing to numbering, and then click on Define New Number Format. And we'll show you that here in just a moment. In step 3, it tells us that we want to drag our mouse pointer over the different numbering styles, and then click on the number style that's shown in figure C18. And that's on page 63. And C18 is showing that we want to choose this numbering system here. But of course, as we move our mouse pointer around, you can notice the live preview is happening, and we can see the different changes. But we want to click on this one right here. And when we click on that, notice it accepts it, and then there's our numbering on there. And of course, after clicking, the paragraphs are now formatted as this number list. In step 4, it tells us that we're going to place our insertion point after Pokhara Valley of Lakes. So after we have this, we're just going to place our insertion point right here, right after the second item. And then it tells us we're going to press our Enter key. And notice when we press our Enter key, it actually automatically numbers a new number for us on there. And then we're going to type in Temples of Janakpur. Because when you press Enter in the middle of the numbered list, it creates a new numbered paragraph, and it automatically renumbers the remainder of the list. Similarly, if you delete a paragraph from the numbered list, the word automatically renumbers the remaining paragraphs. Of course, anytime you want to remove a bullet or number, you can select the paragraphs and then click on your list up here. But once again, if you're wanting to change the numbers, you can always right-click on the list here, and then go to numbering, and you can change your list. On step 5, it tells us that we want to click on number 1 on the list, and when you click on it, it automatically just selects number 1 in the period. Then what we're going to do is we're going to change the effects of this a little bit, and we're going to click on the bold button here in the font group. And the numbers are now all formatted in bold, and notice that the formatting of the items in the list does not change, just the numbers when you change the formatting of the numbers. You can also use this technique to change the formatting of bullets in a bulleted list as well. Step 7 tells us that we're going to select the list of items under last minute participants on here, and that is this list right here. So we want to choose this list right here of information, and it tells us that we're going to click the bullets button in the paragraphs group. So we're just going to click on this button right here, not the list arrow, but just the buttons on there. And notice that we have our little round circles, which is our bullets. Of course, to use a symbol or a picture for a bullet character, you can click on the Define New Bullet in the bullet list and select from the options in the Define New Bullet dialog box that will appear on that. In step 8, it tells us that we're going to click any of these bullets. So we're going to click the top bullet here in the list, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and click on the bullets list arrow. So we're going to go back up here to our bullets list arrow and click on it. And then it tells us that we want to select or click the check mark style here on there, and notice that it changes our bullets from the little circles to check marks. Once we have that, just go ahead and save your document there. And of course, as well, when you have these, especially on numbered list up here, you can create what they call multi-level list, and that is lists with a hierarchical structure to them. And generally, you begin by applying a multi-level list is by using this third option over here, and that is the multi-level list there. And if we would click on that and just take a look, you can notice that there is the different levels of multi-level list on there. It doesn't have to be numbered, it can be symbols and everything else, and you can just choose on there which is going to be your best option. And then of course, to make the make an item on the list to move over or to indent, you can use the indent, increase indent, and decrease indent buttons on there as well. And that concludes the information on pages Word 62 and 63, adding bullets and numbering. You may now watch the next video.